This video is sponsored by Estelle Center for Creative Arts. I'll put the link in the description for more information. This video is a scrap buster video. I was doing a little housekeeping and pulled this pot down off of a bookshelf. And much to my surprise, drum roll please, I found a whole pot full of scraps. So I challenged myself to create something with these scraps using these scraps only. And here is how I did it. I started by just grabbing scraps from the top of the pile and sewing them together. I did not pre-sort or look at what I had or lay out colors or lay out sizes or lay out shapes. I'm just simply grabbing from the flower pot. The only requirement is that what I'm sewing on has to be as long as the piece beneath it. So it's pretty simple. Now, if you haven't done this, I highly recommend it because it's very fun. It's very freeing. You don't have to do any math. You don't have to read any instructions. And if it doesn't turn out, so what? These were probably headed for the trash bin. So just enjoy it. Enjoy the process and see what comes of it. I had a grand time. Sometimes I trim the seam before I cut it. Sometimes I sew the seam and then I trim it afterwards. Just depends on how I feel. You can do it however you like, but I do recommend trimming the seam so that you don't have a lot of extra bulk. So those little pieces that I just set down kind of toward the top there, those are too small. You can see how long the strips are already. There's another small one. So I'm just putting them in a separate pile. Once this so-called block gets to a certain size, I will then start another one with those tiny pieces and build it up. And in the end, I had three, maybe I'd say 10-inch blocks, 10, 12-inch blocks, and then one long strip. Are you wondering why you're not hearing the hum of my sewing machine? Well, it's because I was listening to a YouTube video called Material Chronicles. It's brand new and it's really good. So I enjoyed it very much and you might too. So I will put the link in here for you to check it out. It's brand new, but I think they're onto something. Here you can see the block is kind of trying to take shape. Yeah, it's kind of trying to take shape. This one looks very much like a wonky log cabin. So I am going to give you a couple of ideas for what to do with a finished little project like this. It's not going to be a huge amount. I think mine's probably about 15 inches by 30 inches maybe. And you're probably thinking, oh, I know, she's going to make an art quilt with it. And you could be very right about that. But I do have a few other ideas up my sleeve. Tricks up my sleeve, I think it is, not ideas up my sleeve. Oh well, I do have some other things to show you. So hang in there and we will get to it shortly. If you follow me, you already know that I have been invited to teach my Faces and Figures class at a few different venues. One is Estelle Center for Creative Arts in Colorado. The other is Madeline Island in Wisconsin. And also um, Empty Spools in California. That's not till 2027, but it'll be here before you know it. So in addition to that, I have had quite a few requests from people saying, could I teach online? Because not everyone has the desire or ability to travel to a destination. And so I have been digging into that a bit. And I did put out a poll a few weeks back asking some questions about what people would be interested in, what they're looking for. And so I've kind of narrowed it down, and I have put a new page on my website, and I will put a link to that here so you can go look at it. And what it does is it breaks down some different options, and you can sign up for the wait list for the option you'd be the most interested in. And then what I'm going to do is run with the one that has the most interest. So I'm getting to the end here, and I am going to show you the amount of scraps that I have left over in a second here. I was very pleased and excited that I was able to use everything. I will admit there were a couple of blues in there, bright, bright blues that I don't know why they were in with this. They certainly didn't belong there. And so I did set those aside. So, I have to be honest. I said I wanted to use what was in the pot and only what was in the pot. But I guess I didn't say I was going to use everything that was in the pot. So I guess I didn't really cheat. But yeah, this was a fun project. I would definitely do this again. I think this is the last seam. Oof, yes, it is. And here's the scraps. This is all that I have left. And you see, I'm already sorting the bigger ones out. But I think I did pretty dang good. And here's what it looks like. Um, this again could always be chopped up again, but here it is on the wall, on the design wall. And of course, what do I see? What do I always see? I see a face, right? It's crazy. And so if I see a face, what do? I want to make a figure. So truth be told, this is not sewn. It is a mock-up in Photoshop, but it is using the fabric scraps from what I just stitched together. And I think she's kind of fun, a little scary, a little cute, but really fun. And another thing that I think would be super fun would be to use scraps like that in a garment somewhere. And I believe I have enough that I could actually do something like this in a garment. But you could also do the pockets or the pockets and the cuffs in the pieced bits. So I think that could be a tremendous way to use them. Next, I have a very simple, unintimidating project, and that is simply to make a pillow cover. I actually did this with my grandson. He chose the fabrics, I sewed them together. Okay, some of you may or may not know that in my past life, I designed handbags and designed the sewing pattern for them along with quilt patterns. And so these are two of my favorite and best-selling patterns, the Yin Yang handbag and the Easy Zip wallet. I just think they'd be fun, and they'd be fun to make together, have the wallet and the bag, and all out of the same scraps. So whatever you do, I hope you'll try this method, and I hope you'll make something out of it. My biggest desire is just to inspire people to get the sewing machine out and start making things, because creativity is good for you, it's good for me, and it's good for the whole dang world. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I will see you next week, where I'm going to show you the baby steps of the next art quilt.